Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Mina and today I'm going to be doing a review of the Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette. This palette first came out back in end of August, early September, and I just got around to purchasing it and trying it, so stay tuned for a demo and my thoughts. First out, I just want to start by talking about the packaging of this. I'll hold it up so you can see it, but basically we have Urban Decay Stoned Vibes, and the front is just filled with all these really beautiful crystals. They look really pretty, capturing the light and bouncing back off. And I just have to say Urban Decay did a great job with the packaging on this one, regardless of what's inside. Looking at the packaging makes you want to pick it up and take it home. So this is not my first time unboxing the palette. I have opened it and tried it out and then I'm filming this video. So once you open up the palette, you have 12 shades total, 4 which are more kind of matte shades, and then 8 more glittery, shimmery shades, which are really what make this palette unique. And then in classic Urban Decay style, you have the dual-ended eyeshadow brush in the middle. I'm going to be showing you an eyeshadow look that you can do using some of these colors. So as you can see, I have my base makeup on, and let's dive right in. So first thing I'm going to start with is an eyeshadow primer. I'm not going to lie, I just started using an eyeshadow primer. I didn't always use it, but I realized that when you're working with a palette like this that has really rich, vibrant colors, and especially something shimmery, using a primer goes a long way in really making sure the colors show up. So I'm just gonna dab that on my eyelid and blend it out with my finger. And it'll feel a little sticky at first, so we just gotta give it a few seconds to dry. Now that my primer is dry, I'm gonna go in with Antidote. And this is kind of like a peach shade that I'm going to use for a transition shade right along my crease and all over my lid. I know it looks like this color is not really doing anything, but it's important to use a transition shade like this in order to make sure that your colors really stand out and they all kind of blend together seamlessly. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Third Eye, and this is more of like a metallic dark purple, and this is going to be really good for deepening that crease and outer V area. Again, just starting lightly and then kind of working it in. And for this, I am using the brush that comes with the palette. I do like the larger end of this brush, not so much the other smaller flat brush side. So let's do the same thing here. Now that we have that, let's go on in with some of the prettier colors. So I'm going to go in with Ojo, which is the very beautiful sapphire blue almost. So whenever I use any type of glitter or shimmer shades, I always prefer going in with my finger. I know you could also use a flat synthetic brush, maybe with some setting spray on it, but I always prefer using my finger. I just feel like you have more control that way, and you can also build up the color gradually. So I'm just going to pick it up using my finger, and even just using my finger, you can see that a lot of color comes off. I'm going to put this kind of in the middle of my lid, and I'll just start with small pats. This is beautiful. I feel like this color shows up so well on my lids. So I'll try to come in closer. So let me do the same on the other side. And this is just with my finger. I didn't even have to use a brush with this, so this was super easy to apply. So I think I'm going to go in with another color and then kind of blend it out at the end. So I'm going to go in with Jade. I really love the whole crystal theme going on. So again, going to grab that on my ring finger and kind of put this between my inner corner and the middle. So again, I'll try to start off slow. Wow. Sometimes I feel like with shimmery shades you have to be really careful because they're not always this creamy and easy to use. You know, sometimes you have a lot of fallout and the color payoff isn't good, but this is really, really impressive. So I'm just going to go in with a little more Third Eye. Just pick up a little of it on my brush and then really blend out this part, my crease here, and then also make sure that this outer V is blended out between the blue and the purple. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now I do want to brighten up the inner corner a little bit, and there's so many pretty shades to choose from. I'm gonna go in with the shade Tiger's Eye, and since I'm working with the smaller inner corner area, I'm just gonna pick that up on my ring finger and just dab it right here. Yikes, that's gonna need some blending. This part seems kind of hard to apply with my finger, so I will use this brush just to fix this one little area. So we've applied a lot of color on top, and I just kind of want to balance it out. So I'm gonna pick up Third Eye with a slanted brush, and I'm just gonna kind of apply that along my waterline, a little underneath my waterline, just to add some dimension and make sure that the eyes look more balanced both on the top and the bottom. Just because I can and just because I want to try different shades, I'm going to take the shade Vibes, which is a beautiful light baby pink, and I'm just going to put that underneath my brow bone. Okay, that ended up being a lot more color than I anticipated, so I'm just using my other finger to kind of blend it out and soften it out. And lastly, I'm just going to go back in with my blending brush and blend everything together and make sure nothing looks too splotchy. So that's going to be the look for eyeshadow. I really love the way the green and the blue look together. I think they show up really well on my skin, and they're very easy to apply. As you saw, I just used my fingers and blended it out. Didn't have any issues with it. So I think we're done with eyeshadow, but I do want to kind of finish out the look. So I do want to go in with an eyeliner, and I feel like if you're going to wear eyeliner with a look like this, you have to do a wing, otherwise, like, what are you doing? So here's my attempt to gracefully do winged eyeliner on camera. And no eye look is complete without mascara, so let's go ahead and curl our lashes. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my mascara. I'm not a huge false lash person. Let me know if you want to see me try on false lashes for the first time. I just kind of prefer mascara. I don't really like the idea of putting glue near my lashes and having to deal with them possibly falling off. So that is the look, but let me just end with a few of my final thoughts on this palette. So overall, I do really like this palette. I love the colors. I feel like they're really unique. I'm not a makeup expert, but I haven't seen colors like this in many other palettes, and I do really like that they're easy to apply. Finding creamy shades is kind of hard when you have a lot of glitter and crystals like this, so I think that's a huge plus. Like I said, I preferred using my finger, and I feel like the results came out really good with it, but if you do want to use a brush, if you use a flat synthetic brush, I'm sure you could get just as good results. And just to comment on some of the shades in particular, the ones that I used, Ojo the blue one and Jade the green one, I think are super pretty. They're super pigmented and show up really well on my skin, and I'm sure they'll show up really well on other skin tones as well. The one that I used here, Vibes, it looks like a color that would go really well with other palettes as well. Meaning that, you know, blues and greens, you don't really have those in a lot of palettes, but something like a pink shimmer you can mix and match with a variety of different palettes, and I think that's a good thing. I also really like the Third Eye shade. I feel like most of the time when I'm using a shade in my crease or outer V, it's usually just a brown and it looks kind of boring and doesn't really stand out. So I'm really glad that this purple metallic shade, Third Eye, is one that has good color payoff and really shows up well on my skin. I would say the only downside of this product, and it is a major downside, is the cost. So this retails for, I think, $55, somewhere around there at Ulta or Sephora, depending on where you live. And that is a big deal. I know that's very expensive. I know that Urban Decay has a few sales. They had a sale for Black Friday, but I don't think this palette was actually on sale, so it is hard to find on sale. If you want it, you may have to pay full price, and that is a lot to ask for a palette that you can't wear every day. You know, these are very bright, colorful colors. I don't really see myself wearing this and walking out the door to the grocery store, you know? I mean, if you want to do that, hey, you do you, but I only really see myself wearing this on special occasions or with colorful Indian outfits, and spending $50 to $60 on a palette that you can't wear every day, it's definitely a lot to ask. And I know that it's not for everyone, so that's something that you need to decide whether you want to invest in or not. If you like playing with makeup and playing with different color eyeshadows, then go for it because the formulation is really good. It's just that you have to decide whether the price is worth it or not. There is a mini version of the palette which retails for about $25, I think, and it comes with 6 shades, 3 shimmer and 3 matte shades. But honestly, I feel like that palette is not worth it because it doesn't really have the colors that make this palette unique. It doesn't have jade, it doesn't have oho, and I feel like those 2 colors really make this palette, and I don't see the point of spending $20 on that when the shades in that palette you could find a dupe for somewhere else. So those were my thoughts on this palette. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you'd like to see me do more makeup tutorials. I know I like doing them, and comment down below what you thought. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up as well, and be sure to hit subscribe for more videos on beauty and skincare every Friday. Thank you!